Hey, you guys. Hey. It is your girl, Myra J. Stepter here, the Chief Smile Producer, Holistic Mindset Strategist, and Spiritual Life Coach. So, listen, I know I'm adjusting my crown. What? Adjust the crown. So, for those of you that are joining me on the replay, hey, replay viewers. To those that are joining me live, hey, you guys. Hey, um, welcome to the Empowered Smiles Palace. Now listen, we are jumping back into this. So whether you are catching me on within the Empowered Smiles Palace group, or if you're catching me on our new Empowered Smiles YouTube TV show or TV station, or Empowered Smiles TV, I just want to say thank you so much for joining the journey. And basically, a couple things for those of you that are new to me. I am, like I said, Myra J. Stepter, but what I help you do is align your mindset with empowerment in spirituality so that you're able to end the cycle of self-sabotage and actually shine and radiate in your greatness. That is what being a smile producer is all about. That is what having an empowered smile is all about. So not every time is it going to be this. Sometimes it's literally going to be that inside internal thing where you're just lining things up. And let me explain, this is a journey. So I'm glad that you're strapped in. I'm glad that you're ready to be a part of this journey. I'm so thankful that you've allowed me to be on this journey with you. Now, being that this is one of our first videos as we're jumping back into the fold here, we are going to talk about how you're ending 2019. We're going to talk about how you're ending 2019. And let me explain something to you guys. This also applies to your general goals, not just your New Year's resolutions. Now, I was doing a blog post and I was explaining how I generally don't do New Year's resolutions, but I'm being drawn, I'm being led, I'm being pulled in a different direction this year. So this year, I've got a number of New Year's resolutions that I'm meditating on before the clock strikes midnight and we're a go, right? And so because of that, I decided I needed to share with you guys some things that are going to help you make your New Year's resolutions self-sabotage proof. Okay, because that's generally what happens with a lot of us. You have all of the knowledge, you have all of the tools, you know all of the things to reach your goals. But then there's that little something inside of you that hits the self-destruct button every single time, or hits the procrastinate button every single time until you don't get things done to the best of your ability, right? So we've got 3 tips that we're going to talk about today to help you make your New Year's resolutions self-sabotage proof, okay? So the first one, we talk about spirituality. Pray and meditate about it. Pray and meditate about it. Don't wing it. Don't go by the seat of your pants. Don't join the bandwagon syndrome. Don't just jump on something because it's what you've been doing every single year. Let's make this year different. Pray and meditate on it. And when I say pray and meditate, I mean have the dialogue, not just the monologue of this is what I'm going to do, this is what I want, this is what I want. Amen. No, I mean take that time to be still. Take that time to say, okay, these are the things that I truly want, and walk through that process. And if you need help on that process, you can always connect with me. Walk through not just the saying of the prayers, but the being still for the answers to see if that lines up with the fullness of where you're supposed to go. Now, catch this. We can always get started on something, but the trick is, can you finish it? Is it in alignment with where you're supposed to be going? And if it is in alignment with where you're supposed to be going, great. But if it isn't, you're just going to have another year just like this one, where you're scrambling and scraping and trying to figure it out, and nothing feels good, and nothing is resonating properly, and nothing is vibing with you properly. So the first step on all of this is pray and meditate about it. Put it out there in the atmosphere, but also make sure that spiritually that resolution connects with who you are, who you're supposed to be. Okay. So the second thing, you guys, and let me even say to this, make sure that that you're thinking, that you're feeling, that it resonates with who you're called to be, because there's no point in resolving to do something and it completely doesn't align, right? Write down the resolutions. I know that seems like it's a no-brainer, Myra. Write down these resolutions. Hear me when I say this. There are so many of us that say something and we put it out there in the atmosphere, but we never write it down. Or let's go a step further. If you do write it down, then somewhere along the line, you forget about it. You don't put it someplace that's important. So once you write it down, make sure you put it someplace that you're regularly going to see. Make sure that it is in a place where you got to walk past it all the time, or it's got to pop up on your phone all the time. And you're probably wondering, well, how are you doing that? So listen, I'm going to do a video about some of these ways that I'm about to tell you, just to give you a better idea of this goal setting and how to make this thing work. Sticky notes are great. If you are the kind of person that can put Post-it notes everywhere, I used to do it all the time. I'm traveling more now, so I don't have my wall of sticky notes that I used to have, or my mirror of sticky notes like I used to have. But literally, you can take Post-it notes, and even if you don't have a wall that you can put it on, you can put it on the outside of a binder. You can put it on put something on your bags if you're traveling. There are a number of different ways where you can actually use Post-it notes. Put them in, I used to do this all the time with my affirmations, and put them in my my wallet, or have them inside my purse, or have them in a zipper compartment. So I'd pull it out and be like, "Woo, okay, here you go." So when I say that there are a number of different ways that you can do this and be effective in this, you can use sticky notes a number of different ways. Hold one second, you guys. So make sure you can use sticky notes. You can use reminder alerts. What do I mean by that? Reminder alerts meaning that inside of your phone, you can actually set up reminder alerts in your phone. So putting either calendar things out there where maybe you put it down on your calendar and have it pop up every day to make sure you look at it, or setting up the alarm in your phone where literally inside of your phone you can put a date and a time, and a certain time throughout every day, or first thing every morning you wake up to an alarm, okay, that has your goals on it, your resolutions on it, so that you start your day keeping those things in mind. And maybe in the middle of the day it pops up again to keep those things at the forefront of your mind, right? Also, you guys, journal entries, making sure that in your journal you're writing it down. You know, at one point a few years back, and I'm probably going to get back to this again, remember that that the old way that people used to do the I will not talk in school, and you write it down 100 times. I will not talk in school. I will not talk in class. I will not talk in class. You may have to do that with your resolutions. You may have to literally, I will not talk in class, your resolutions several times a day, 100 times, writing it down until you fully get it inside of you. One of the things that I used to tell my people as a business coach, and I had to start going back to this myself, especially after I revamped everything, I had to go back to whatever your tagline is, making sure you say it a whole bunch of times every day, several times a day. Even if you're not talking to anybody but yourself, you have to make sure you say it so that you can fully resonate with who you're designed to be and who you're there to serve and what you're there to do, right? And so because of that, you guys, I say the same thing with whatever your resolution is. If you set up these alarms multiple times per day, then you're allowing yourself to keep re-upping what it is that that you're looking to do. Okay, so another thing, corkboard. We talked about maybe you don't have the sticky note capability, but you can probably, put a little cork board up or put a little cork board in your bags while you're traveling and keep those little things kind of posted, little papers posted on there so that you're always able to see, this is my goal. This is my resolution. That's all resolutions are goals, right? So another thing, screensavers. You keep this handy dandy computer in your hand most of the day. For most of us, we don't go anywhere without it. For most of us, we're sitting around going, this is my thing, this is what I got, this is what I'm doing, right? So if that is the case, if you're constantly walking around with your little mini computer all day long, then on the screensaver, and I'm about to change mine because I've been working on some graphics today as well, but on your little screensaver, change it and put those resolutions. So every time you're looking at your phone, every time you're changing the screen, they're going to be there. Also, you guys, another thing you do, put it on your screensaver on your laptop or on your desktop, where instead of the pretty pictures, the thing that's going by are your goals, your resolutions, the things that you desire to do. Because again, that helps keep those things at the forefront of your mind so that as you're moving about your day, the goal of all of this, you guys, is as you're moving about your day, you have these things in front of you so that as you're making moves, you're reminded of these goals. And then you can ask yourself, is what I'm about to do going to line up with me getting where I'm trying to go? We're banishing self-sabotage and procrastination, right? And so in order to do that, we're shifting our mindset so that every single thing that you're doing, if it's not lining up with getting where you're trying to go, then guess what? Don't do it. Guess what? Change it. Guess what? You got to rethink how you're putting yourself in position. You got to rethink your perspective, right? And so that's what these are setting you up to do. Get you in a line so that the self-sabotage is broken, the cycle is broken, and every time you're looking, you're going, ooh, let me make sure that I'm doing the things that are going to help me do the things that are going to help me move forward, right? The third thing, get an accountability partner. I don't care if it's a free partner. I don't care if it's a paid partner. I don't care who it is that you're utilizing. Make sure that this person aligns with being able to push, pull, and cheer you on in the way that is most effective for you. They need to be able to push, pull, and cheer you on in a way that is most effective for you. Now, what I mean by that is if you're the kind of person that needs support in a certain way where maybe they're just putting your stuff out there and you're going, hey, wait, I wasn't ready. But that's how you get ready, is because someone jolts you. Then find you a person that's going to do that for you. If you need someone to nag you, I'm not saying, I get a lot of people who say things like, if someone has to nag you about your goal, it's not your goal. Or for some people, they just need those reminders. Okay, they need that constant. Your goal is calling, your resolution is calling, your dream is calling. They need the constant hit in the back of the head. If that's you, find a person that has that personality where they're just gonna nag the heck out of you. If you're the person that needs someone just to be like, okay, look, this is a game plan. We got this going. This is what you gotta do. Break. And you're gonna fly, then find you a person like that. Understand everybody's gifting is different. and everybody's reception is different. So find the person that aligns with how you need to receive. If you need a micromanager, get you a micromanager. If you need a strategy and go person, get you a strategy and go person. If you need someone that's going to just be like, go, team, go, and motivating all the time, get that for yourself, okay? Now that means you can find a super supportive friend. You can hire a coach. I think I know at least one really great one. You can hire a coach, or you can join a mastermind group. Whatever way you need to have this move forward for you, utilize that, okay? Now, I told you it was 3 things. I told you it was 3 tips to help you with your resolution. I have one bonus tip though. One bonus tip. Y'all have notes here. I always try to have my little notes and write my little game plan out if I'm going to try to be concise and keep things under 100 minutes, all right? One bonus tip for you. Decide. And this is how you know that you're going to banish the self-sabotage or be on the journey to banish the self-sabotage, right? You have to decide that what your goal is, what your resolution is, what this thing is that you put out into the atmosphere that you want to achieve. You have to decide that you are going to go on the journey to love yourself enough to achieve it. Part of self-love, part of self-esteem, part of self-care. There are 3 different things. We'll talk about that soon. But part of that is saying, does this align with my ultimate goal? And if it does, how do I make it happen? So you guys listen. We'll do a slight little recap here, but make sure that you follow the page. If you're here on Facebook in the group, hey, if you're catching this because I've decided to share this out somewhere, then make sure that you come in and join the Empowered Smiles community. And if you're in the Empowered Smiles community, I need to see you more active. I need to see you talking more. I need to see you sharing more. I will be posting plenty of opportunities for you guys to come in and have additional conversations, okay? Also, if you are catching this on YouTube, I'm so glad to be in this new space, but understand, come over to join us in the Facebook community. Make sure that you like and subscribe to this and comment below. Talk to me. Tell me about what your New Year's resolution is, or if it's past New Year's, what is your top goal that you've decided that you're going to stop the cycle of self-sabotage on and change things up a little bit so that you're able to actually make this goal self-sabotage proof. You're going to use these tips to help make your goal self-sabotage proof. So what are your goals or your New Year's resolutions? Put those in the comments. Join us over at bit.ly/empowered smiles. I'll put that link in the comments below for the YouTube subscribers. And I just look forward to connecting with you guys so much more. Stay tuned, because we're going to have a regular schedule of when we do these Smile, Empower talks. So 3 of my favorite things: smile, empower, and talk. All right. Catch you guys later. Bye now.